Good morning folks, and welcome to a new video. So you probably recognise these buildings. I'm back in the food prep place, so just doing all the jobs that I didn't get done over that long weekend. So installing ceiling panel lights, and then trimming up the sink area. Just there's some dodgy used trim around the sink, so replacing that trim and redoing the silicone, and then replacing some skirting boards in the toilets, just generally try and spruce the place up. So here we go. So that's new ceiling lights fitted, and it's a bit like Close Encounters in here now. Look at this. Super bright daylight, robust 600 by 600 ceiling lights. So yeah, right now onto the sorting out the washing space and getting the trim updated and clean and re-siliconed in. So that's the sink with a new profile put on it, all sealed up. On to the next job. Good morning folks, and welcome to another how-to video. This video will describe how to fit a 3-piece loft ladder and integral hatch. I've fitted about 50 of these in my career, and they're a very useful and solid product. The main feature of these ladders is that it's got an insulated hatch, and you've got a solid 3-piece concertina ladder, and the hatch and the ladder is spring loaded, so that when you click it open it doesn't knock you out. It's all balanced, and it can be easily unfolded by, you know, a sort of elderly lady, so you don't need to be strong. And so you pull the hatch down, spring loaded, unfold the solid 3-piece timber ladder, and then you've got a solid base to climb up to the stairs. You know, it's solid enough for you to have 2 hands free if you're carrying boxes, etc. So it provides an opening of a 550mm wide, so more than the width of some shoulders, and it's 1200 wide. So it is a very useful thing to have, and it opens up a whole new, along with insulation and boarding, which I often do together. It opens up a whole new area of storage, releasing storage from the main living area. So let's see how it goes. So here we are up in the attic, and the first job is to place the loft ladder. Obviously in the attic it includes a lot of rock wool, which produces fine fibres, and you must wear a mask. You think you can get away with it, but next sneeze you start to cough, and you realise that you've got some of these fibres in your lungs, and they're not going to be, there's no way of getting them out of your lungs, so you must wear a mask. So but for the purposes of this video, I've come up here and I've moved the rock wool, and I've let it settle. So I'm going to take my mask off now to be able to talk. So right, now we've got a very small loft hatch here. Every single loft ladder is different, so that's the first thing to establish. So normally you fit them in line with the way that the roof rafters go, and basically you just have to infill with a 4x2 framework that's the same as the same inside as the outside measurement of the loft ladder. But here we've got a situation where we've got narrow roof rafters here. So basically we're going to have to get this board up, and then there's the next rafter there. So we're going to have to put up a header piece across, spanning these 2 rafters here, and that'll give us a header. And then we need to remove these 2 narrow rafters here, and then we can put our the header of our outer framework against this spanning timber, and then the same on this side, and that will give us, you'll probably be able to see it better as it unfurls. That'll give us the ability to set our outer framework structurally within these, and still maintain the structural integrity of the roof, of the you know, the ceiling on the second floor. And basically the roof, the loft ladder is just secured so that it doesn't fall into the room. The main load is taken through as you unfurl the ladder digs into the floorboards, and so that's what takes all the weight, really, you know, of you climbing up it. So I mean, it becomes straight and load bearing. So anyway, let's go to the next step, and it'll all become clearer. So first problem is this block This block is going to have to be chopped off so that I can pick up this rafter here and span all the way across to here. Cut these two out. So if you look, if I come down, you can see that the loft ladder has to come down here, sort of centered on this little slit entry here. So, you know, I have to come about 150 either side of that, so it has to stay centered, and I have to come that way about 200 mil, and then the ladder can drop, the hatch can drop down here, and the steps can come that way. So I have to keep it centered on this little walkway area here. So like all work in all attics, this isn't a bit of a nightmare. Awkward, hot, sweaty, and not something that you want to be doing every day. So that's that side. Rafters cut through that side. I can cut them through this side now. So I've got to measure down 1200 mil plus twice 44 mil for the you know, to account for the 4x2 framework, and so get that cut out this end, the opposite end, and we can start taking out all the timbers that are in the way. And then we can make the cutout in the plasterboard. So if I hook my tape on that where I've just put that cut and mark off 1290, that'll leave a 1200 gap, allowing for 244 mils of 4x2. So let's go. So that's all the impeding timber cut out. So now I can get this sort of header in here and here around the back, and then start putting the long sides in to frame it out. And then when it's framed out, we can cut out the plasterboard in a sort of controlled way, try and hoover up all the dust before we cut it out, so a lot of it stays up here. And then we can just get the battens in and put the loft ladder framework in, take the loft the ladder itself off the inside of the door, and put the loft ladder framework in. Okay, let's crack on. So that's the framework done, the outer framework. So I've got these cross members, and then these connect the two, and so the inside measurements now are 530 by 1190, which is perfect for the with a little bit of a gap for the loft ladder framework to drop in. And so now we can just cut all this out and then just drop the loft ladder in. Okay, back to you soon. So that's the supporting battens put on either end. Now we can just install the full framework with the flip up tabs. I'll show you those, which makes it hellishly easy to install this loft ladder. So these are you just literally push the loft ladder past the, which way around does it go? That way, yeah. So you push these past the flaps, past the battens, they flip back up and then ledge on this batten here, on this, the battens ledge on these little securing tabs here. So it allows you to push them past, and they sit back on down with gravity. Anyway, you'll see it properly in a minute. So that's the whole loft ladder frame and covering. So now basically this is ledged on that batten. So now we put the screws in here and then fill this gap with some shims. So put these in here loose. So that's the loft ladder fitted. So the ladder section is back into the slots. So basically, to get the loft ladder back in, you use the this is the key for bringing down the key for bringing down the loft ladder, but it's also the key for tightening these up. So you've got 4 of them, 4 fixing points. And if you undo them and slide this all the way up, you can pull the loft ladder off and have it separate from the lid. So you can also adjust when you cut the loft ladder to length. You cut the loft ladder to suit the ceiling height. You can do micro adjustments with sliding up and down these slots. So all I've done is folded the last section of the ladder up, and then you just measure down with your tape measure, keeping it straight, and you've got 500 there, so that's what needs to come off the last section. So you basically cut that off, this last section. So cut that to 500, which that is now. 500. So now, when the ladder's straight and taking all the weight down, it's in exactly the right position. So now you've got your handrail here, and when the ladder comes packed, these are right. You undo these 4 6mm Allen key. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you slide this back out to this extreme place here. When it's packed away, it's slid down there. Then that gives you your toes somewhere to go, and you feel more secure. Quite a few times I've been to loft ladders where no one's bothered to do that, and you just sort of ledge the tip of your toe onto the thing, and people not realise that's what you do. So you slide that out, and then there's the spring loading. So to pack it away, you fold that under, bring this up, it's folded away, and literally just pull it up there, push it up, all spring loaded, it's not going to fall down on you. And then with this little key, you push that up until it latches. Okay, so to get it down, you put your key into the little hole, find the square, turn it, and it latches back down. If you've got a tall ceiling you can't reach, you use that to pull it down. Okie doke. So now all I've got to do is put some architrave around here to cover this gap. I had to put these washers in here because the plasterboard had become detached. So bring that back up, and then it's all done, and it looks really nice. Tucked away, great facility, and a wonderful loft ladder. So that's how I fit the Keylight loft ladder. Thanks for watching.